One of the things you mentioned, Saeed, was know your worth. And I really want to kind of like harp in on that, you know, especially to the mobile bartending audience. And I remember, you know, there are times where you and I, we're working on pricing for a client or a prospect or whatever that's looking to get some services. And I remember Saeed, he's all like, yeah, let's do it at this price. And I'm all like, oh,
yeah, really?
like, I could never.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like one of those. And it's just like, look, hey, I'm here. I do not tell him what to do. I'm here to support him. And here's the thing. Yeah, I'm the broker.
Boozy
Right. And so we're talking about it, boom, boom, boom. And then it's one of those where I said it, I'm like, I'm just crazy hard. I just don't look. And then boom, books.
Nice.
And not only, here's the thing. That's the first, that's 35% of it. Yeah. As in, and you see where I'm going with this. It books. He knows his worth. It books. That's what we're doing. It books.
Well, that's the thing. It's like if you charged a lower number and you go do that party, you're just gonna be regretting it, and then you don't want to be in that mode of regret where it's just like I definitely should have charged more for this. Yeah, this is like the amount of work that I'm putting into it. Right, is this amount, not this amount.
Right, and that's exactly where I was going. You know your worth, so you knew, and you've been through these experiences before, as what we talked about. Private bartending, working with brands, social media, worth is worth, right? So you've been through the trials and tribulations of figuring out what you're worth. Yeah. And so I'm putting that out there. They pay for it. I'm all like, wow, here we go. and then he shows up, and here's the other 65%. He delivers.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Execution. He delivers. Yeah. He delivers on that worth to where they want to book him again. And they book him again.
Nice. Wow. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And what I'm talking about is 10 people, 2 hours, like north of $4,000.
Wow. That's sick. Yeah.
To put on an experience.
And that's the thing.
Well, it's an experience.
Right. It's an experience at that point. And yes, to some people, it may feel like, how? Like, I don't understand it. But you don't have to understand it. At the end of the day, this is what he is worth, and the market is going to tell you what you're worth. Not only did they just pay for it once, but they did it again. They said, please do it again.
They double down.
I want you to come back. Like, it almost comes to the point where you could increase your price.
I was going to say, when somebody comes back and they're like, yeah, I'd happily pay for that again.
Right.
You know what that tells me? I should have charged more.
Yeah. Right. So I guess the message is, at the end of the day, like, just know your worth. Audit yourself, know your worth, stand on it.
Right.
Don't be scared, stand on it. And if they did not pay, I promise you the next client that we work on, he's putting out the same number.
Yeah.
He's not going to waver on that because he knows what he's worth. They just didn't appreciate what he had to bring to the table.
Right.
Right. And it's okay. That's okay. Not everybody's going to, Saeed's not for everybody. I'm not for everybody. You're not for everybody type of thing. So that's okay with it. But, you know.
Yeah, you are.
Except for me, I'm for everybody.
Yeah, you are.
But kudos. I thought that was a very cool experience that you and I had because, again, I was just all like, oh, man, here we go. Yeah. You know, I'm like, this guy's about to make like 10 cocktails. You know? Like, let me break that down. $4,000 divided by 10. $400 a cocktail. Yeah. I was like, that's one hell of a cocktail. This going to give you wings, you know. But I was just all like, dude, that was a great understanding of like, man, this is kudos for you. And again, it's not just, you're not overcharging is what I'm trying to say. Right. You're not, people may think I'm trying to go into a space of he's trying to overcharge for things. That is not the case. He delivered on every penny that somebody is paid, you know, type of thing.
And also I think like for those of us out there, you know, who you may not be at that level yet.
Right.
Right. So like, I don't think Saeed didn't just start, I'm just charging this price.
Right.
Like, Saeed went through the process. You heard his journey from Lucky Strike, you know, to going ahead and working 2 jobs at one time, right? Volunteering your time, you know, to meeting Tipsy Bartender. And then like, you know, really listening to how you still have a curiosity, right? I think, and And I think what I've noticed about people who are really, really special is that they have a curiosity about their craft.
That's a growth mindset.
It's a growth. Right? Like you're always learning.
Right.
You're always and like you're always experimenting. And experimentation is a process of learning.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And so like you had to earn that right. You know, to get there.
Absolutely.
And you've done that at such you've done that so well, and you've also stayed humble.